Hi, friends. It's Jason, your marketing professor, and thank you for joining me on the 60 Days to Hire Network. We do these live Q&A sessions every Sunday evening at 7 o'clock Central Time. Excuse me, we do them every Friday evening at 7 o'clock Central Time. So if you're joining live, thank you for joining me. Take the link and share it with a friend. If you know somebody who's just not having the time of their life at a job and they need some tips and tricks and how they can take their job search and really put some real data and science behind it and find a new job fast, one that pays them what they're worth, share this link with them and we can all collaborate together and help them find the job of their dreams. If you're joining me on YouTube, do me a favor, please like this video and subscribe and share the link to the 60 Days to Hire Network with a friend. I'd appreciate it. If reading's your thing, I will have some notes and a newsletter on Substack later on in the week that goes over all the high points of what we're going to talk about this evening. And short reading, I'll have a short article on medium.com. Thanks a lot for joining me again. Let's go ahead and get started. Tonight, we're going to talk about why somebody should choose you. And this comes down to a buzzword you've probably heard before, your personal brand. So I'm going to go over a couple of elements tonight, some things you can think about, but also some action items you can take today to make sure that when you're looking for a role and when they're looking for you, you all connect and they find themselves in a position, your new employer saying, oh my gosh, I've got to hire you and I've got to hire you now. So let's go over a few things. Number one, you have to have a clear, unique selling proposition. Now, we've talked about this before. A unique selling proposition is the one, two, or three things only you can scream from the rooftops. Nobody can do it for you. Your unique selling proposition should have nothing to do with I'm local or I'm a hard worker and I show up on time and I'm committed to always doing my best. Everybody says that. And that is a minimum expectation when you go into a job, that you show up on time, that you're going to give your best, and that you're hardworking. That's what you're hired for. But everybody else should be able to say the same thing. So what are some key phrases you could put on your resume, your social media profiles, maybe even in an email that's going to get somebody's attention? I'm going to give you a couple of ideas. Maybe you're working in data analysis. Okay, you could put data analysis on your resume and okay, great. But what makes you different? What if you said something like, I turn messy customer data into insights that drive retention? Whoa, okay, that's new, that's different, that's unique. And it may be the same thing that every other data analysis does, but it's your opportunity to make yourself stand out. Or what if you said something like, I build onboarding processes that set new hires into the productive space 30 days faster. Wow, so if you can get a new hire working 30 days faster or getting them productive 30 days higher, that means I'm going to make more money, right? So what if you said something like that? So those are your clear USPs or unique selling proposition. Have a couple of those. Number two, visible proof. Everybody can say I'm a top performer. It's interesting. If you go on LinkedIn right now, apparently everybody's a top performer. Nobody's ever had a bad month or a week or a bad quarter, or maybe just a bad fit. I know I have. But here's some things that you can do to make yourself stand out. Instead of just saying you're a top performer, share the specific stories and use the STAR framework that we've talked about before, outlining a specific situation, a task, an action, and what that result was. Maybe you've got a short portfolio. Maybe you work in graphic design. Have a personal web page, maybe a Notion page, or a link to something on LinkedIn where you've got a couple of your presentations. Now, not only are you saying that you are great at the thing, you're showing the receipts, you're bringing out the visible proof that you can walk the walk. Something to think about. Here's another item for you, something that's going to help you stand apart. Okay? Consistent presence everywhere. Look, when you apply for a role, or better yet, if somebody is considering you for a role and you may not even know about it, what's the first thing that happens? Bingo. They go right to social media. They look you up on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, LinkedIn, just to see what kind of person you are. Now, it's interesting because of all the profiles that I mentioned, there's different types of messages that can be there. But if you've got a message on your LinkedIn page that talks about you being a hard worker, and then they see pictures on your Facebook page of you tying one on in a big way on a Friday night, and you're, passed out on the floor with the dog sleeping on your head, they may question whether or not you're the right person to either A, pursue, or B, to give an interview to. However, if you can have a consistent message, and it doesn't have to say the exact same thing, but keep in mind, as you're looking for a role, you need to adjust the way you show up online. You need to make sure that all hiring managers see a consistent message. Okay. Maybe a consistent headshot, something that's clean cut, not just you doing something foolish. I know on social media, it's so much fun to put the Friday night pics up, but this is your career that you're talking about, okay? Your headline and your about sections, they should have the same core value proposition for the customer, meaning the hiring people. The problem you're going to solve for them, they need to know about that. Let me give you one more. You need to make sure that you fit the perfect audience. Not everybody likes country music, and that's okay. There's a lot of people that do. And not everybody's going to like you or think you're a fit for their organization. And that's okay as well. But there are going to be some people who are darn tootin' pretty passionate about you, just like some people are really passionate about country music. So you need to make sure when you are positioning yourself to talk to them that you are speaking directly to the person that is passionate about you. And you're going, okay, Jason, how do I know that? Do some research. We talked about market research last week on the types of companies you want to work for, and then get a little bit deeper the specific companies you want to work for. Then I want you to find out who that hiring person is and start doing some homework on them. Then, when you start sending direct messages or you're piecing together a resume or a cover letter or maybe an email just to talk to them briefly, you're going to be able to speak specifically to the things that are the most important to them. It's sales 101. We're not selling a widget because I've got a bunch of widgets. I'm selling a widget to people who want to have a bunch of widgets. That's what makes you successful. These types of sales skills, we'll talk about that in another episode. These are the things that are going to help you sell yourself and position yourself not just as a solution to the problem, not just as an applicant. You're going to position yourself as the only solution to their problem and the only applicant that they want to talk to. So there you have it, just 4 items that you can start working on right now to enhance your personal brand, put yourself in a position to fit your prospect like a glove, solve the problems that they have, outline the specifics around all the successes that you can bring, and showcase why you stand apart from everybody else. Next week, we're going to talk about my new book, 60 Days to Hired, and the specific framework that we've been talking about bits and pieces over the past several weeks to help you go from unemployed or unhappy where you are to a new role in about 2 months. And we'll lean into the finer DNA in that next Friday at 7 o'clock Central. Thanks a lot for joining me again. If you are part of my 60 Days to Hired community, please share the link to this free membership with a friend who may need it. I'm glad you're here. If you're watching on YouTube, check the link below the video and make sure to like and follow and subscribe. I'd really appreciate it. The best thing you can do for a friend, and the greatest thing that I'd love for you to do, is to take these messages and share them with somebody who just has anxiety on a Sunday and is looking for something new come Monday morning. You have the ability to help them. Thanks a lot for joining me. I'll talk to you next time. See ya.